Hi guys, so as you know, Guatemala's Fuego volcano erupted yesterday, and at the initial report there were 6 dead and 20 injured. Unfortunately, that death toll has climbed. We now have 25 dead and nearly 300 people injured in this eruption. I'll play some of the footage down here while I'm talking. If you do notice in this footage, people close to the volcano on foot. They don't appear to be taking it very seriously until it starts to get even worse and, come forward even more. People standing close by, not really running away too fast, recording. It's stupidity. And this is one of the reasons it's resulted in so many deaths. So the warning for anybody who lives near volcanoes: if you see signs of potential eruption, don't be foolish and stand by recording. Get out. Just get as far away from it as possible, because you have no idea how far these pyroclastic flows are going to travel. You have no idea how far the ash is going to travel. So I think it's very important to pay attention to when these things happen and to get away as soon as possible. People have been injured, burned, dead. At least 3 children have been killed in this eruption. So, it's a pretty serious thing that's going on. At the same time, a magnitude 5.5 earthquake struck Kilauea. Erupted ash 8,000 feet into the air. The crater at Kilauea is still blocked, so there's still the potential for an even bigger eruption should the pressure building up underneath that blockage come through in a spectacular fashion. The 5.5 magnitude earthquake they experienced yesterday is the largest earthquake to strike the island since a 6.9 magnitude rocked Hawaii on May the 4th. There has been no tsunami generated from it. But then again, I'm just looking for a bigger earthquake, as I've mentioned, something in the region of 9 to be generating that tsunami. So volcanoes going off all over the place, as I've mentioned. Got to keep an eye on that. And then we have Benjamin Netanyahu traveling around Europe, or traveling to Europe to try and gain the support of the Europeans in support of withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal. In an effort to do that, Israel is producing some key documents which suggest that Iran is actively seeking nuclear weapons. So one of the key documents seen by the Times is a memorandum that formally hands responsibility for the production of weapons-grade enriched uranium to the Iranian Defense Ministry. This and other written orders are part of a cache of 100,000 files snatched from a Tehran warehouse by agents of Mossad. So that is obviously in connection with the PowerPoint presentation he did. He's now taking those files around and showing them and telling the Europeans that Iran is actively looking for this. It's not something that just was past behavior. This is current behavior. So we'll see what happens from that. More than likely, the Europeans are not going to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. They're still going to support it. So that kind of leaves Israel and the United States standing alone in that respect. At the same time, satellite images show US expanded their Tinaf base as the Syrian army prepares an offensive in the south. So the US-backed forces are building up in the south on one side, and the Syrian army is building up in the south on the other side. There may be Iranian forces mixed in there. I'm pretty sure we'll be getting reports about that, most likely coming from Israel, saying that Iranian forces are involved. In which case there will be strong Israeli retaliation. So the US military has reportedly expanded its base as the Syrian army deploys more troops for a final battle in Dara province. As I said in a previous video, with this build-up going on, we're going to be looking at some serious escalations in that region in the next coming days as these forces build up over there. So recently published satellite images show several buildings and barricades have been added to the base during the past 3 months, as well as heavy military equipment, including at least 30 technical vehicles. And in relation to that, over 70 Syrian tribes have basically declared war on the US-backed forces that are occupying Syria. So this is quite rare for tribes to come together on such a massive scale. But over 70 Syrian tribes issued a joint statement on Saturday that announced the formation of a new combined force that would fight the US-backed militias and foreign troops in northern Syria. The tribesmen from the Al-Haskar, Aleppo and Al-Raqqa governance reportedly met in the government-held city of Deir Haifa, where they all agreed that they will come together to expel the US and their militias from their provinces. So there's a big clash coming soon between the US-backed forces and the Syrian army, and that may involve Iranian-backed forces as well, and also could include Russian mercenaries. So we'll see what comes in the next coming days, but there's a lot of things going on. Still prayers for the people in Guatemala. Hopefully this death toll stops there and doesn't increase anymore. Keeping an eye on Kilauea as normal, and in relation to that, just keeping an eye on all the volcanoes now. So, you know, I limited my views to Cumbre Vieja, Stromboli in Italy, Yellowstone, and Kilauea, but I can see that there's a lot more activity going on in Indonesia, Mexico, Guatemala, so expanding the volcano watch. And then obviously watch out for this clash coming up between Syria and the United States. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.